Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over a coin called Litecoin. In my previous videos and a lot of my other previous videos, I've gone into had made mention that when Bitcoin is going to find a bottom at some point in the time frame, nobody knows. It's a time wasting sequence that it's in right now for Bitcoin. Is that it's better to be in assets that are already bullish, if you know what I mean. Kind of like Litecoin. Okay. So here's Bitcoin, and I'm just checking it out. So this is what I'm kind of expecting with Bitcoin, guys. It just, to me, it looks like Bitcoin is going to do probably something like this and go like sideways for a little bit more, and then boom, like that. Okay. I kind of hope it does do that because that would be helpful for me if we have a touch on this trend line in this diagonal, touch there and touch there, and then come back down. That would be, 3 touch points there be helpful. I like you have a little bit over here, a little bit more over here. So that's kind of what I'm suspecting. So what does that mean for Litecoin? Um, there's some claims that Litecoin's going to $1,000. Could it? It could, but I wouldn't count on it. I would not plan for that. It's more than likely, in my opinion. I tell you, I think the best case scenario for Litecoin will be best case scenario for Litecoin. Back down, and then it does a run, screw around in there for a little bit longer, and best case scenarios 490 to something just right beyond this right here. Just beyond that, right there. Best case scenario for Litecoin, in my opinion. Okay. No thousand. Think about it, guys. Is this even going to look right? I mean, is it possible? It is cryptocurrency, so I suppose that it could get probably wild and crazy, and does a run, and here, where's 1,000? Does that look reasonable? Probably not. Probably not. And take that off a log. Now you're looking at something like that. Does that look reasonable? Think about it. Let's think about that. Does that look reasonable? Probably not. Could it? Hey, it is cryptocurrency, one of the most volatile asset class in the history of mankind. Probably the most volatile one in the history of mankind. So this is what I'm looking at with Bitcoin, guys. Got a little bit of a baby pump today. If you did a trade on that, that was a good job. Good job on trade on that. Pretty good. So basically, what's going on is like if Bitcoin does a little baby pump, so Bitcoin, boom, does a baby pump. Litecoin could really probably do a pump and get back up to like 75, 80 again, possibly. So you might see it get back up there. With Litecoin, though, I think it go up and then it's going to come back down. So these are the areas I'm looking at with Litecoin. So I'll go over with Litecoin. I think this would be a little bit better deal over here than Bitcoin, in my opinion, even though a lot of people don't like the fundamentals on Litecoin. Well, you can see over here, you see I came down right in that area. So I'm going off of this. You see how it went over there? It's making the same pattern over there. You see down, boom, went up, down. So it's probably doing the same down, up, and it's coming back up, might come back down. So I'm kind of looking for generally that area right there, guys. Litecoin come back down. Might not be that high because it has a lot of that area, and then it's going to get out of there. Time that with Bitcoin, pop up, and then maybe Bitcoin's down here and gets back down to that area. And then that's the long position that you could be looking at for Litecoin, in my opinion. And could it come back down to the trend? That's a good question with Litecoin. I don't think it's going to actually meet that trend, guys. I mean, it could, but I don't think so. But that's basically this trend right here that I have. That's the area where you obviously don't want to be probably entering into Litecoin, in my opinion. So it comes back down, and then if you see candle bodies back like that, then that'd probably be an area where you're like, okay, something's going on with Litecoin. But in the meantime, it's not. It actually looks really, really good. So for this strategy play on Litecoin, so I'm thinking with an asset like this, it's going to rip. It could rip. You could get a 2-3x out of Litecoin, and then Bitcoin is only going to do like maybe a 200% move or something like that. So the overall picture with it is that's interesting to me, and I hope that this happens, is that Litecoin, you can see Litecoin bottoms December of 18 when Bitcoin bottoms. It bottomed when Bitcoin bottomed in that 2020 crash. And this will be really, really interesting if this is Litecoin's bottom and then it's out of here and it rips out of here. It's in a wave three basically. Litecoin will be in a wave three where Bitcoin is just bottom and it's just starting its wave one, and then Litecoin could rip off its wave three, go into a little bit of a correction and rip that off. And then Bitcoin is just going to be down here, do its wave one, and maybe go up to like 28 or something like that, 28,000. And then Litecoin rips off this, and it's going into another massive correction. That could happen, guys. I personally would like to see that. So you have an asset that is like, not everything is just timed with Bitcoin, if you will, right? Okay, so this is in that rip, and Bitcoin's in its wave one potentially, or maybe it's in a corrective bounce. That could happen too. You have to think about that. Bitcoin comes down here and it's just going to bounce to say 28 or 30K, and then Litecoin rips off this and it goes into a significant correction again over here, back up, and then probably come back down like that or something like that, guys. So either way, this is the area. You could get something in here. Be checking it out. I know that I certainly will. And then if I see it hit this trend line, this is the area where I will not be telling people it's going to $1,000. No, this is the area I'd be looking for shorts for sure, right on that trend line in that area, guys, without a doubt. That's what I would be doing. Be checking it in the RSI too, guys, down here, looking for the bearish divergence and your signals up in that area for Litecoin. So actually, things look pretty good, looks a whole lot better. That chart on Litecoin looks a whole lot better than Bitcoin, guys. A lot better than Bitcoin. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.